What's going on, everybody? Zerfilrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content today. We're going to go over this new Rocket event here, Rocket Retreat. As you can see on the screen here, we're getting some new Shadows, and Salandit and Salazzle are coming to the game. So, as disappointing as that's going to end up being, it was pretty cool. Salandit and Salazzle are pretty neat. They're unique and they got a good typing. However, they are glassy. But we'll go over that in just a moment here. Real quick, first I want to shout out my patron supporters. You guys are fantastic, the best supporters I could ever ask for, and I appreciate everything that you guys do. And if you would like to become a patron supporter of this channel, you can find a link in the description and also in the middle of this video right below me here under my lovely face. Anyway, let's get into this event video here. So on Sunday, April 3rd from 12 a.m. until Thursday, April 7th until midnight. So we've basically got 4 days to experience this event. So it comes with the usual things. Increased rocket balloons every 3 hours. Increased rocket appearances at stops. And we've also got the ability to TM Frustration, which is a big one. If you've got Shadows, TM Frustration during this event window, or you will regret not doing so when it comes time to build Shadows later, and we won't get another one of these for a few months. So definitely make sure that you're on top of that. If you got a tag that you've been keeping up on, go through your tag and make sure that everything is TM'd away so that you can use them in PvP or raids or however you want to use them. So Salandit and Salazzle are making their Pokemon Go debut in 12k eggs. So good luck with that. And because of the way that Salandit and Salandit and Salazzle. Say that 5 times fast. I'm trying, it's not working. Because they need to be a female in order to evolve to a Salazzle, and in order to get that female, it's like a 12.5% chance or something like that for it to even be a female in the first place. So odds are not in your favor, but may they ever be in your favor. Good luck getting one. It's good luck. At least the increased spawns will help us. And then Giovanni is coming back this time, and he's got Shadow Latias. This is an interesting pick. It's not going to be an amazing PvP pick, but it has potential, and we'll go over why in a little while. We're getting some new Shadow Pokemon into the lineup here. You've got some Shadow Alolans. Kind of goes with the theme of the Alolan event here, or the Alolan season. And then we've also got some other ones here. We've got Alolan Rattata, Alolan Sandshrew, and Alolan Exeggutor from the Alolan lineup. Alolan Sandshrew is really the only one that we care about. That's the only one that's going to be any good. And Alolan Rattata falls short, and Alolan Exeggutor is just kind of bad. So Sudowoodo is sort of a downgrade. Girafarig is not really good in PvP in the first place, unfortunately. And Numel is too frail to be even thought of, and it has nothing but nukes in its moveset when it evolves into Camerupt. So long story short, Sandshrew is really the only thing here. And then just reminder that we get to Frustration. Our TMWay Frustration and Rockets will be in balloons and stops more often. We're also getting a shake-up of the actual lineup itself, which is something else that I will hit on at the end of the video here, just to make sure that we go over all the event stuff first, and then we'll go into whatever I've got as far as any rocket stuff that may be coming here. So wild spawns don't exist in this event. All we're going to have is research tasks, and you're going to get Scraggy and Sneasel. That's it. So I hope that we do get another research task that gives us the rocket radar pieces for completing tasks. I thought those were nice. I like to stack up 12k eggs and hatch them all at once for a nice juicy Stardust bonus with the star piece. You get like 150k for hatching all 12 eggs. So it's good to get a little boost in Stardust if you don't do that already. That's kind of how I do it. It's a good way to get some dust every couple weeks. But it's really nice to get those extra pieces because it makes that process go faster, especially with the 3-hour balloons, plus the ability to get those stops more often with rockets at them. So, but yeah, Scraggy's the only thing we care about that is even PvP relevant. Sneasel was cool, but Weavile is just too frail to even really be used reliably. So, and we're not going to talk about this event bundle because it's actually literal garbage. So 5 rocket radars is about 1,000 Pokecoins, or 200 each. And then you really want me to spend 275 coins on 10 potions and 10 revives. Not Niantic, I ain't doing it. I'll go buy the radars by themselves if I really want to. But thanks for trying. All right. So of these new shadows, we've only got 3 that are even remotely relevant for any form of PvP. I threw the Alolan Rattata up here because the Raticate does not need to be XL. I don't know why I threw that up there as an XL. It does not need to be XL. It hits at like level 39. But Alolan Raticate in the Great League actually has an IV spread, I promise. The 0-13-14 is the best rank 1 you can get for Great League, and you're not really going to get it anywhere. It doesn't hit anywhere near the ability to be used in Ultra, and you're not going to use Rattata for anything at all, ever. But it will be a good target for the cheap purification. It's a 1k purification target, so if you are like me and you stack some of those up for the events that we're going to get, or if you're working on level 45 research, that'd be a good thing to hold on to for your 1k purification cost. Sandshrew being the real focus of this new lineup here. We've got the Hundo for Great League if you're building an XL Alolan Sandshrew. And then if you're looking to build a Sand Slash for the Great League, Alolan Sand Slash is 0-14-14 is the rank 1. And then 0-14-15 is the XL rank 1 Alolan Sand Slash. If you wanted to, you could build a Hundo for Ultra League Premier Cup, and it would get reasonably close to 2,500. That's up to you. Certainly not a bad idea, and I've certainly considered it myself, but you'd need another Hundo for that. And then Sudowoodo is like a theme cup kind of thing, maybe a Sylph Cup thing. 0-14-11 is your rank 1 for Great League. And then you want a Hundo with a fully XL'd, extremely expensive... No, dude. Not a Shadow. It's too much. And it's not even good enough. So that's really it for the wild... It's not even wild spawns. It's rocket stuff. And this is the new ones. This isn't talking about any of the confirmed or not confirmed... lineups for the rockets, which we're gonna hit up in just a little while here. Spoiler, I'm opening it right now, that's why I'm not paying attention to my camera. Field research, like we said, Scraggy is the only thing that you're going to be looking for here. And in Great League, if you want to rank 1, research Scrafty, 11-15-15 is the spread you're going to be looking for. However, if you are looking for that XL Ultra League Scrafty, 10-15-15 is actually pretty close to the rank 1 overall. So you can still do pretty good with that spread. So all the way to the end of this video, because we're going to go over the cool stuff now. Hey, sweetheart. Daughter's in the video. So this is what we've got as far as rocket lineups that are so far confirmed. We've got the poison one here. So far, we've got Stunky and Alolan Rattata. It looks like Skuntank and Raticate are in the second slot and potentially catchable. So that's going to be kind of cool to get the evolved forms of those. Dratini, the Dragon one, still seems like it's about the same. Dratini is catchable, and that's really it. The Electric one, thank God. I'm so tired of running into Voltorb. There's still Voltorb, but they brought Mareep back. So at least there's some variety in the Electric pool. Wouldn't mind them bringing back Magnemite, though. I mean, if they're going to bring back the... something old, but Mareep is fine. Fighting, Machop came back in the lineup, so that's going to be huge. Shadow Machop turns into Shadow Machamp and is going to be good for literally everything. And if you have a Hundo Machop for the Great League, could be good. You never know. Having Return and some Karate Chop action. I've seen some people running it in the XL form in Great League. So if you got a Hundo, it's cheaper to build, and then Return is always nice. The flying types, you've still got Murkrow and Starly. No change here so far. We've got the fire types, which is going to be Charmander, Cyndaquil. I imagine Numel probably gets lobbed in there at some point. I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but it's definitely, it would make sense with it being a new one. Excuse me. And then Sableye is going to be the confirmed ghost type rocket, which is nice because, obviously we always want to have a crack at Great League Purified Sableye. In the ice type rocket, we're going to be getting Alolan Sandshrew as our confirmed first slot catch. And then usually you can kind of expect the second slot to sometimes be catchable. I've definitely caught the second slot stuff off of the Frozen Rocket before, so good chance that any of this stuff is going to be nice. Shadow Snorunt would be an interesting catch, but I don't think we can I don't know. Would be very interesting is have Shadow Frostlass, though. Yeah, that would be interesting. Cacnea and Chikorita remain in the grass. Cacnea making a return here. Chikorita is still there. Normal, we've got King Bidoof is going to be the catchable one here. Another 1k Purification Mon. Good to have. Rock type is going to be Shuckle and Sudowoodo in the first slot. You can catch those. And then Anorith and Lileep are going to be in the second slot and can be caught as well. So far, the Poison Grunt only has Nidoran male confirmed in the front slot, which is going to be really unfortunate because that is absolutely useless. Let's be honest. Please bring back Nidoran female, because at least that one's useful. I want a Nidorina for Great League. I really do. In the water, Mudkip looks like it made a return, which is excellent. Comday's coming back up. We can TM Frustration. So if you're hunting down Shadow Swampert, this is an excellent time to do it. Focus on finding those water rockets, get the Mudkip, and then TM Frustration off it this weekend, so you can get the Comday move when the Comday Classic comes back in a week, right? Snorlax is still the headliner of the Don't Bother I've Already Won, or Get Wrecked Fool rocket, and then the Bug type still has Venomoth. We don't have any other confirmation at the moment, but if you ever want to check this out, so this is on the Silph Road. They do some excellent research. You can go ahead and check out the Silph Road's website. They have a section for the rocket lineups that are currently known, so that's going to be good. And then as far as our 3 leaders, you've got Drowsy from Sierra. If you're looking for our Shadow Hypno, focus on Sierra. You can also get the shinies from these two. Arlo's got Execute, which is only really useful in niche situations like Cups, and Exeggutor is okay in Ultra League Premier Classic as a Shadow, but overall really not. No. And then Cliff is just, he's got Cubone because apparently we need shiny Cubone from Shadow in our life, but honestly that thing's no good as far as PvP goes. And then if you're trying to be that person to get that Shadow Victory Bell, hold on to your Super Rocket Radars and hunt down the Grunts, because you can get Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, and Shadow Eradicate from that. Now, one other thing that I'd like to just kind of very quickly jump over here, the rank shifts for the new Shadows. So we can see that obviously Sandslash, Alolan Shadow gets a huge boost here. All of these are going to end up being like cup things. Nothing here is going to be great in open leagues, but you got the Community Day move on Shadow Claw for the Sandslash. That's going to be really nice because that's some spammy damage. It's actually really good damage for it's neutral across a lot of things, so that's going to be able to pack a punch real well. And then Exeggutor Alolan Shadow is the other thing that gets a huge boost from the Shadow bonus because of the heavy damage it has from Dragon Tail, but you're not using it in PvP, I guarantee it. It's like going to be a super specific cup kind of thing. You're not going to do it, trust me. And then Draft Rig's still useless. Raticate actually gets less useful. Alolan Sandshrew actually loses some of its utility because of the lack of bulk. Getting that Blizzard off, it's just a little too costly, I'm pretty sure, and that forces it to lose some spots there. And the Night Slashes are still spammy though, but so I mean it's not going to be bad, it's just not as good in open, but it might be again a cup theme thing. And then Sudowoodo is actually a little bit worse. I think the lack of bulk really hurts it a little bit more than anything. But let's take another let's jump over here and let's take it Salandit and Salazzle real quick. So we're going to use the team builder function here. Going to show off the new functionality. You can change the team size. And the scorecard is up here on top now. It's not where it used to be. So if you've gotten used to the way it worked, it's changed. But I think I like it up on top, so I have to scroll all the way down here. And then you can show shadows. So let's go ahead and we'll take a quick look at Salandit. And so we'll just take a quick look at Salazzle, I guess, specifically. Now, let's take a moment of silence to honor Salazzle, who had foul play in its moveset for all of a day before Niantic took it away. It's sad, really. It would have been so good. But here we are, at last. Not having anything that we can use, so we're going to go with Poison Fang and Dragon Pulse because that's the best. That's the best we got, man. Alright, and then Salazzle with Poison Jab. We're going to just see how this thing does against the Great League meta, and then I'll take a look at the Ultra League meta and see if it's still any good. Because, look at that, straight Fs is bad. It's going to be bad. Look, I want to show you guys something. Yes, in Incinerate, it beats Registeel. Fantastic. But you know what? Where is it? Where is it? I want to show you guys a couple of things. How much damage does a Mudshot do? How much damage does a Mudshot do? It does 9 damage. Do you see how fast? By the time So by the time Swampert gets to a Hydro Cannon, the Salazzle's already halfway dead. So, folks, no, it's not like any ground damage at all is going to rip this thing in half. It's just, it's not. It's not. And I know Swampert's like a super hard counter. Maybe it's not a good indication as to how good this thing can or can't be. What I'm trying to show you is the fragility of Salazzle. In the Great League, fragile things are really taken advantage of because of how fragile they are. It's almost impossible for them to survive without shields or just being in a really good matchup in the first place, which, yes, there are some things that you can run teams for. Like if you were to like throw, a Stunfisk on the safe swap to lure out the Swampert. Okay, maybe what they have in the back also isn't going to be, quite good against Salazzle. But, it's going to take very specific situations and matchups, and that's the one bad thing about Salazzle, is it definitely, it expects to get wrecked. Like, a Hydro Cannon will one-shot this thing and then some. It does 119% of its HP from full. And a Sludge Wave will do over half, and it's resistant. Like, I cannot, with having Dragon Pulse as its big boom move, like, yeah, Incinerate, okay, fine. But it just doesn't, I can't, man. All right, I can't. And then let's take a quick look. Like, we can even look at the Registeel matchup. I'm not going to linger too much longer on the Great League. I just want to see how this one plays out. So we've got Incinerate and Poison Fang is really what this comes down to, because Incinerate, because even though Salazzle is super like frail, it hits like a truck. All right, this thing will take out a Registeel in like a few Incinerates. Like it's to the point where Registeel can literally only get to one Zap Cannon, and then it goes down right before it gets to the next Zap Cannon. So yes, it's a Registeel counter. Yes, it is. With Incinerate, yes it is. Poison Jab is good. It's good for like other things. Like you're gonna see how much damage a Poison Jab does to a Wigglytuff. That's kind of funny. A Poison Jab does 17 damage. That's like a huge chunk. And a Charm only does 7 damage. So like, it's an anti-charmer if it's got, it's a very good anti-charmer because it's double resisting all fairy moves. So it has its uses, like I said. If you got a cup that's like super heavy in charm damage, then that's one that you might be able to use Salazzle in. But let's take a look up here at the Ultra League, and I want to add something here. I'm gonna also add what Salazzle could have been, because I want you all to share in my sorrow at just how good this thing was going to be. Look at it. All right, I was ready to build this day one. It needs to be XL. I would have found it. I would have found a way. But Salazzle in the Ultra League. Salazzle in the Ultra League. Salazzle in the Ultra League. It's sad. Like, this thing can whoop a Trevenant's ass. But it can whoop its butt. Sorry. It can whoop, almost, if you look at the wins in foul play, like, look at all this. Like, all of these things that are just straight wins with Incinerate, Foul Play, Poison Fang. Like, it's so much better. Like, yes, it'll still have some utility, but I can't bring myself to use something that has Dragon Pulse as its main damaging move. I can't do it. So, will I probably build one at some point? Yeah. Am I going to enjoy using it? Maybe. It's a Poison Fang user. It's still really good. But the problem with it is, unfortunately, it's like Bastiodon, right? It needs to be in a good matchup in order to be effective. Otherwise, it just flops. Like, you can't use Bastiodon as a safe swap because it's going to get slapped by a fighter. You can't use Salazzle unless you can keep it away from its hardest counters like Swamperts, Stunfisks, things that really just destroy the poison fire typing. So let's move away from such horrible things, and let's take a look at Shadow Latias. Now, the thing with Latias is that currently it doesn't have a good bait move. So there is no such thing as a bait move for Latias, and we know this. Mist Ball is going to be coming to the game at some point, and I truly hope that they make it a good bait move and that it doesn't suck, because Latias actually has a reasonable amount of bulk. Let's check it out in the Ultra League. Okay, it's not great. Moveset really is not that great. Mist Ball needs to be added, otherwise everything beats it. It's a Dragon Psychic typing. It's a very poor defensive typing. But you can see that obviously even the Shadow doesn't win against the things that it's supposed to. Okay, cool. Picks up Giratina Origin. Whoopee. And it doesn't really pick up anything else. So at the moment, it's worse. But if we give it Mist Ball, that could be a potential for it to bait and get more wins that way. Because the thing is with Latias, is that it doesn't have the bulk to put up against something like, even against Registeel, where it actually is able to resist all of the moves that Registeel can throw at it. It loses the war of attrition, and it's unable to just keep up. It doesn't have the bulk that it needs. And it's all, I mean, obviously, you know, it's resisting. You know, Registeel is resisting all the damage here, but, you know, basically, point being that there's not really going to be a whole lot that Latias is going to be able to do without a good bait move. Because Outrage, you know, it hurts. Outrage and Psychic are good moves and they hurt, but it doesn't help if they're always getting shielded, because the opponent's just going to be like, I'm going to shield this because I know it's not a bait and I don't need to worry about it. So, anyway, yeah, that's that. You can expect me to cover the other new stuff that got data mined. I'm not going to cover it until it gets close to release, because I don't want to get jinked by movesets being changed at the last minute, because Niantic's been doing that a lot lately. So that's actually going to do it for me for this video, guys. I appreciate you hanging out and watching this, and hopefully the Rocket event treats you well. Thank you very much, and I will catch you in the next video. Hit my mic again, damn it. Bye.